What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Hope you all have had a great Thursday. It's been very active, very, very active. Elsa has spawned multiple tornadoes. There's been confirmed tornadoes. There's been confirmed areas of damage. I haven't seen any fatalities from overnight into the day. I actually think there was a fatality, a couple fatalities, I believe, at least one in Jacksonville from yesterday evening's tornado. So prayers go out to their situation, their family, and anybody affected, and just really anybody affected by this storm so far. It is definitely pretty much verified as far as it's been pretty much a mini tornado outbreak with this in the eastern Carolinas, and there is tornado warnings going on right now. It's an area just east of Greenville. It's kind of in an area that's probably not extremely heavy populated, but this is definitely something, an area we need to watch. There's also a tornado warning southwest of Norfolk. It's going into Virginia from North Carolina, this area right here. Not sure what county it is. Should have had y'all a little bit more prepared than this. But it's just north of Gatesville, North Carolina. This, if I tried to flip this over to velocity, it'll probably go very slow. But look, we can try to look real quick. Here we go. And flip this to velocity. This is really where we can see circulation if it will pull up for us. It's taking about 3.5 years to do that. Here we go. So I don't see much in the way of any circulation pinpointing here, and rotation here is what I mean to say. So there might not be a lot going on with this right now. They might drop this tornado warning. We're a little bit out of range for this radar, but a lot of activity going on right now. And this storm, the bulk of the nasty weather is starting to get into Virginia, into the mid-Atlantic. But it is still very active in northeast and North Carolina right now, so we need to pay attention. But this is the storm as a whole. It's actually strengthened today. It's a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm. I believe when it went through South Carolina, North Carolina, it was a 45 or 40-mile-per-hour storm. So it is actually strengthening. It's going to continue to straddle the East Coast and get to the Mid-Atlantic. The brunt of this is going to move into eastern parts of Maryland, the whole entire state of Delaware, and affect a large area of New Jersey. There's going to be a tornado threat all in this area, even in New York City up to Providence. Tornado threat all through here as this continues to move northeast. So this storm is still serious. It's still going on, still prompting tornado warnings. There's been confirmed tornadoes. There was a confirmed tornado in Edisto Island in that area, and a couple other confirmed tornadoes also. So like I said, it's still a 50-mile-per-hour storm right now. It's moving northeast at 21 miles per hour, so it's picked up speed. Land friction, I think, is one of the contributors of why this is strengthened over land. The way it's picked up speed, the way it's interact with the jet interaction here. But it is still strengthening. It's affecting a lot of people. So if you live in Virginia this evening, into areas of Delaware, and into New Jersey, really be weather aware overnight. Just tropical storm warnings straddling the coast all the way up to the border of New Hampshire and Massachusetts, all the way up to almost Maine. Tropical storm warnings on the coast. So very active weather still. Like I said, anybody who is affected by this, definitely thoughts and prayers go out to them, because it's great we don't have a huge loss of life, obviously, but when people's belongings are damaged, their houses are damaged, and it's just life altering, if you know what I'm saying. So here we go, the latest HRRR model. Let's move a little bit forward here. This is right around where the storm is. It doesn't really have an initializing very well. This is actually a little bit more potent than what the HRRR is showing, but as it goes, the center of the storm is going to move. The northern part of the storm, the northeast, and the eastern part of the storm are going to be the worst parts of the storm. So that's kind of good news for the coastal areas in the mid-Atlantic and northeast, as the worst part of the storm will be out to sea. But as this thing begins to move just off the coast of New Jersey and Long Island and places like that, it's going to bring some nasty weather. There's going to be a strong cutoff of the rain, but really the dangerous tail right here of this is really going to be offshore. I wouldn't want to be on the boat out in the middle of the ocean. There'd be a ton of water spouts probably out here, but very active. Got one thing I want to say in this video. I'm sorry I'm a little bit low energy this evening. I'm still a little bit behind from driving 20 hours in a 22-hour span, so I'm a little exhausted, guys. But I want to keep y'all up to date because there is still a legitimate tornado threat ongoing right now, and it's going to be ongoing in this entire area right here. But as we're getting to tomorrow morning, some nasty weather is moving into places like Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and places like that. Long Island's going to get pretty active. Long Island might be an area where you see an isolated tornado or two for sure. And then some heavy rain moves through really quickly for tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon for Boston. And this thing is even going to affect coastal areas in Maine. And then you just get some traditional showers and storms to follow behind it. So it's still kicking, the storm really is. And let's get back to the thing. So you look at the updraft velocity, and it shows you the tornado threat, even just north of New York City. This is where potential updrafts can be, basically potential rotation and storms can be in any given storm. Obviously, the biggest threat is well off the coast, but in the northern and northeast part of the storm is going to still straddle the eastern coast. So still a tornado threat for those areas for sure. As far as winds, where I live here in Columbia, South Carolina, the actual center of the storm, I think, passed just barely south of my location. I'll tell you what, the winds never really got strong here. I think the highest I saw on my weather station was 10, 15, maybe 20 miles per hour max. So unless you're in one of these feeder bands, that's where all the nasty winds are, not near the center of the storm. When you get these weak kind of falling apart tropical storms, that's how it normally is. And so the nasty wind is going to be in the eastern part of the storm and these little feeder bands off the coast. But check out here, Long Island is definitely going to need to watch out. And this has a chance to move on shore. Cape Cod could get pretty wild tomorrow afternoon for sure. And I think most of the heavy winds and strong winds are going to stay off the coast from Maine and things like that. But definitely be weather aware, and across the entire coastal areas of the mid-Atlantic overnight and the northeast tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon. Very active. I do want to mention this. There is a lot going on right here. Some homegrown action. Basically, a surface trough has popped up, some tropical energy in nature here. And the last couple days, it has been flooding coastal areas of Texas really bad. It's kind of been a story that has not been talked about, and it's getting undershadowed or overshadowed by Elsa. But it's very active weather going on in southeast Texas. That is for sure. So it's still going to continue to go on. I got my panels all jacked up, guys. Check out all the chances of rain, how much rain they could receive between now through Saturday morning. And that is several inches of rain, almost 8 inches of rain showing up pretty far west of Houston. So very, very active and just a major flooding threat. And if you look on satellite, like I just showed you, it looks like there's a spin to it. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm surprised. This is the National Hurricane Center. They know what they're talking about. I'm not the expert. They are, but I wouldn't have been surprised if this was labeled a tropical depression because it sure looked really good on satellite imagery. I'll tell you that. But here we go. So check it out, the H-triple-R model in this run. Look at all the rain, the tropical moisture just feeding into the southeast coast. So and it does it all through the night into tomorrow morning, continues to so early afternoon, and then it finally starts to die off tomorrow evening. But some very heavy rain in this area, and in the coastal areas of Texas over the next probably 24 hours. So that's all I got, guys. Thank y'all for the incredible support over the last several days. It's really appreciated. Things begin to slow down tomorrow, so we're going to get to the more typical July weather. I think the tropics are going to begin to slow down, and we're just going to get back to traditional videos about talking about normal summer things. So thank y'all for all the new people who have followed me along and continue to do so, and we're going to continue to break down whatever's here in our future. So thank you for the support. Y'all have a blessed night.